Hey everyone, it is I, DPX, back with another episode of Chillin with the Miikcast. Welcome back. This is the first episode of the new year of 2022. I'm just joined by not Squidwario. Who is he? Who's Squidwario? What? I think he's dead, but I think we all forgot about him too. Joined by Anthonator The Squidman. And maybe Slash and maybe ML will join later on. ML was here, but he had some mic problems, and then Slash was gonna join, but then something came up. Maybe they'll join later on. I don't know, but
yeah.
I'm still gonna call you Squid, by the way. So Squid, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you, man?
I'm good. Do me a favor, and you think you can check the just keep an eye on the stream while
no
the stream
problem.
is going. It's our first episode of the year. First live episode in a while. We were gonna do an episode last week, but then I don't know. We just decided we didn't really feel like it, and I kind of forgot about Chill with the Miikcast a bit. So I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Are we doing it this week? And we all decided, let's not. So we didn't do it. You may have noticed that the Miikcast channel has sort of been light on uploads. It's barely had anything in the past few weeks. It's had one upload this month, and that was a trailer for the Maloli show revealed in the DPX Direct. But in terms of the more weekly content, like Chill with the Miikcast and the Miikcast Station, there hasn't been much. But I will try. The Miikcast Station is really up to me. I will try my best to get that going. Lately I've just been sort of forcing myself to make those, and I don't really wanna. But I think I think I got it next week. This week. I don't even know if there was gonna be an episode of Chill with the Miikcast this week, but one big thing happened, and we'll talk about that later. But first, we'll go over the usual, what we've been playing. I've been playing Smash, and that's really it. But actually, remember the Wii U? No one remembers the Wii U because it failed, and then Nintendo's like here's the Switch. A Wii U? What? No. We haven't made a console since the Wii. I don't call 911 on me here, but I've kind of been homebrewing the Wii U. Yeah. And I'm still in the process of it, and it's quite a process, but I've seen the end result. And the end result is interesting. Why was that notification sound heard? I'm supposed to be in stream mode where no sound is being heard. Whatever. Hopefully that doesn't become too much of an annoyance throughout this episode. Squid, you don't even know what I'm talking about because you probably didn't even hear anything. But also, how's the stream going?
Seems to be going good.
Alright, good.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm actually checking it now, and I am hearing stuff, and it looks fine to me as of now.
Okay, good. So I've gotten a few GameCube games on my Wii U, a few Wii games. Some games I've never been able to play before. I've never played Kirby Air Ride before. That game's super fun. Holy shit, it's like a Kirby racing game. And yeah, just a lot of fun. Other than that, I really haven't been playing much. There's a lot of new games that come out very soon, though. Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out next week. And then throughout all of February, there's a shit ton of games like Sifu, which I pre-ordered. That game looks fun. There's Sifu, there's King of Fighters, Dying Light, there's Elden Ring, and and Horizon, and then in March there's Gran Turismo and Triangle Strategy, and then there's Kirby, which I am stoked for, and Stranger of Paradise I am very excited for, and you brought this to my attention earlier this week, Squid. WWE 2K22 comes out on March 11th. I am more excited for that game than I feel like I should be, but it looks like a good return to form for the WWE game. So yeah, I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent about games coming out soon. But Squid, what games have you been playing?
Well, actually, I just recently uploaded another Among Us gameplay that I did with a few friends, including Aunt Sam and Pat Luigi. And also, I recently played Jackbox with them, along with a few of my other own friends.
Yeah. I was gonna play Jackbox with you, but I mean, I don't even have the game, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I was gonna play that.
Well, you can actually do it on the computer. You don't really need to get the game.
Oh,
you can just easily do it.
Right. I knew that. I just forgot. You just reminded me right now. I knew that, which is why I was like, I'll play that. And then some stuff came up, so I relegated my my involvement in that playing of Jackbox by entering your call and screaming and then leaving.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you know, hopefully I'll be able to make it whenever you do anything like that again. So yeah. Should I link your new Discord server in the description below, or?
Oh no! I told you that was a private one, dude.
Right. Okay, they don't know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah, you heard nothing.
I didn't say anything. It's your old Discord server that has been deleted. Hey, Aunt Sam, what's up? Aunt Sam's in the chat. Why don't you join? That old Discord server you deleted is still like linked in the description below of all the videos. So
well, not my new ones, in the older ones.
The older one. So people click on that, and it will probably bring them to nothing. But yeah.
I expired the links.
Yeah. Wait. So I asked you what you've been playing. Was there anything else? I kind of cut you off.
Really, man. I mean, a little bit of Smash, but otherwise, really, that's about it for now.
Yeah. Again, in the next, 3 months, a lot comes out.
Yeah.
And I gotta start working, I gotta start getting, some money so I can buy those games and do other things as well. I don't just work to get video games. It's kind of sad if that's all I do, but, to an extent, it is kind of what I do, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But, okay, let's, talk about the reason you're all really here. The title of this video, well, if you're watching this live, it's not the title, but on YouTube, we're definitely putting this in the title. Out of nowhere, Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard for $68.9 billion. Might as well be $69 billion, which is nice.
Almost 70 billion.
70 billion. That's like a few million shy from when Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
That is nuts. And it was just over a year ago where Microsoft bought Bethesda. It was just less than a year ago where Bethesda fully joined Microsoft. They announced the acquisition over a year ago, but it was just a few months ago where Bethesda was fully Microsoft. That's just crazy to me. How they can still buy an Activision Blizzard. And a lot immediately when I saw this, well, first off, I thought it was a joke because the first person who told me was actually Slash. He just texted me, goes, I read an article that said Microsoft just bought Activision. I'm like, it's probably fake, dude. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't believe it. And then literally right after that, I get like, not even kidding, like, probably 20 notifications about this. I'm like, holy shit, Slash, you were right. What? And yeah, it's like insane. That means Activision, or that means Microsoft now owns Call of Duty. That means they own Overwatch. It means they own Diablo, Warcraft, Candy Crush, which I know we like to laugh at that, but like Candy Crush is a big moneymaker.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know that Activision acquired that back in 2016.
They did. I actually started to work on a list of the biggest gaming acquisitions of all time after this, but then I'm not going to make that video because it's factual, not opinionated, and it's like, well then, who cares really? But like, in that top 10 is Activision acquiring King. So now seeing that Activision, who made one of the biggest purchases in gaming history in King, is getting bought by Microsoft. And it's so weird to think about this too. Activision and Bethesda are now sister companies. That's crazy. If Microsoft wanted to make like a Smash Bros game where they have all their characters, like you can have fucking Tracer and like the Dragonborn from Skyrim both in the game, and they can both be like first party characters. That's crazy to think about.
And technically Rare is now like a sister studio to Activision.
Yeah. That's
so like technically, like you can say like almost Banjo-Kazooie could cross over with Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. That's another
Tracer,
thing.
And like Doom, you know?
That's another thing. Crash and Spyro started as PlayStation characters. Now they're Xbox characters. That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so initially when I heard about this and knew it was real, I initially thought it was a good thing. You know, Activision is one of those companies that people love to hate, but especially recently with all the allegations that came up and just how it's just been, you know, reported that Activision Blizzard is just not a fun place to work. And you look at the Blizzard side of things, which is really thanks to Activision, but like you look at the Blizzard side of things for the past few years, how they've just become like the like evil version of Blizzard with the Blitzchung thing, and then Diablo Immortal, and then Warcraft 3 Reforged. Like they take L after L, and Activision has been doing that for like a very long time. And I was honestly thinking, like, Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision, if he doesn't leave, like, he's gonna take Activision, he's gonna run it to the ground. Well, Microsoft buys Activision, and let's be real, like, there are, like, debates over whether or not Bobby Kotick will stay. Let's be real, Phil Spencer is not keeping Bobby. He's not keeping Bobby Kotick. That's not happening. Now, Bobby Kotick's probably going to leave with a big bag of money, which he does not deserve, but it gets him out of there, and it makes everything better. But there are some, like, negatives that do come from this that I didn't think about originally. People are worried that Microsoft are going to have a monopoly on the video game market, on video games, and that is a very, like, I don't think that's going to happen, but, like, it could, you know, they own, like, you look at the amount of studios they now own, the amount of developers, and it's insane. Like, even without, like, all the, like, developers they got from Activision, and all the developers they got from Bethesda, there's still like a fuck ton of other studios they got, like Rare and Obsidian and Ninja Theory and Double Fine. Like, they have a lot, and they're all really good studios. So yeah, I understand the worries of a monopoly. And then also, like, people are saying PlayStation needs to do something. They need to buy a studio. Look, here's the thing about that. Microsoft, like, aside from, like, you forget about every like, you know, Bethesda IP. Squid, I'm gonna actually ask you this. You forget about every Bethesda IP and every Activision IP. Aside from Halo, name me one. You know, and remove Rare as well, because you would probably say Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, yeah.
Name me, aside from Halo, name me one original Microsoft franchise.
Okay. Well, Halo's pretty much the mascot of Xbox, but
yeah, everyone knows Halo.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. Like, obviously, Rare was originally owned by Nintendo, and I'm gonna say maybe Super Lucky Tales. I think might have originally been Xbox, but I don't know for sure.
You see,
Probably not.
See, the thing about that is, I guess you kind of just named one, but that's a bit of a stretch, because I think that game is also on the Switch.
Yeah, because they did even put that on Switch, so I don't even know if that's even considered Xbox anymore.
The point I'm trying to make here is Microsoft, like, they don't have, like, any IPs, and they have Gears of War. You probably know what Gears of War is, but you probably didn't think about that when I asked you about Microsoft franchises, because I bet you a lot of people don't even realize that is, like, a Microsoft exclusive, even though it's never been on PlayStation or anything. But, like, yeah, like, the thing is, like, a lot of, like, Xbox doesn't have many IPs, any recognizable IPs for, like, the casual gamer, you know, aside from Halo. Again, everyone knows Halo, but, like, not everyone knows Gears of War, not everyone knows Fable, you know. Now, you look at PlayStation, they got Ratchet and Clank, they got Kratos, or God of War, they got Uncharted, they got The Last of Us, they have a lot of different IPs. You look at Nintendo, obviously, they got Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Metroid, Donkey Kong, they got a lot. Microsoft, aside from Halo, doesn't really have much that everyone would know. But now they have Call of Duty, they have Overwatch, they have Diablo, they have Warcraft. Warcraft and Diablo and StarCraft, those all predate, like, the Xbox, I believe.
Yeah.
To now see that they are Xbox franchises, like, that's insane. I'm interested to see what happens to Call of Duty, because not only is that, like, a yearly franchise, it's also, like, a multi-plat, and not only that, it was, like, most of the marketing for every single Call of Duty game is, done by PlayStation. PlayStation runs the ads most of the time, and they, like, you go on the PS Store when the new Call of Duty game comes out, it's always, like, front and center there. So, I wonder what's going to happen now. PlayStation, they put out a statement saying, like, we hope that Microsoft keeps a lot of their franchises multi-plat, and, like, there are contractual agreements. You know, this year's Call of Duty game is probably going to be on all the consoles, because it's probably contractually obligated to be a multi-plat. Maybe, like, Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. I don't know what's going on with those games, but those might have had some contractual obligations to be multi-plat. So, like, that's why, Squid, I remember when we were talking about the PlayStation showcase a few months ago, you saw, like, the trailers for Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, and you saw that they were owned by Bethesda, and you're like, wait, how are they, shouldn't they be on Xbox? But that's because they had contractual agreements to be on PlayStation before the acquisition. So, that's that. But then, like, after, like, you know, you look at with Bethesda, Starfield, which is Bethesda's big new IP, their first big intellectual property in years. It was a big deal when they announced it. It's going to be an Xbox exclusive. Elder Scrolls 6, the long-awaited sequel to Skyrim, probably going to be an Xbox exclusive. So I'm interested to see Like, obviously they can't just acquire a studio like Activision just to keep all their shit multiplat. Like Call of Duty, I guess makes sense in a way, at least for a little bit, because it's a guaranteed system seller for both Xbox and PlayStation. But stuff like Warcraft, although Warcraft isn't on consoles, but Warcraft is probably fine. They keep those on like PC, and Microsoft puts all their games on Steam anyways, so that's probably fine. But like you look at games like Overwatch and Diablo, and it's like I don't know what's gonna happen with those. Crash and Spyro are probably just gonna become Xbox exclusives. That's just so crazy to think about. Other games they now own. They now own Tony Hawk, which also kind of started as like a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
Not that they've been doing anything with these games lately, but Guitar Hero and Rock Band, they own those now. So yeah, I've been rambling on a bit. Yeah, just a bit, just a little bit. Not like taking up the entire episode so far, but Squid, what are your thoughts on all this?
I mean, I think this is definitely a big surprise. Like, this is like a big deal in gaming history, but it's also a very surprising event, like Microsoft owns more than it already has, and like all these like franchises that were probably considered third party now like technically have their own console, since now there'll be nothing but like considered Xbox characters,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I can definitely see like Crash Bandicoot not like coming to PlayStation consoles anymore, since he's now an Xbox character, and I mean, it's also kind of crazy how like all these other companies Microsoft has acquired throughout their years with Xbox, right? Starting with Rare back in 2002, and then eventually Mahjong, which created Minecraft.
Mojang. You say Mahjong?
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of Mahjong Solitaire, however that's pronounced. But yeah, Minecraft is technically also owned by Microsoft ever since.
No, it is.
Yeah.
They just kept that one multiplat for.
But yeah,
reasons.
like that's still technically multiplat, but really that can be considered a Microsoft franchise. Then now we have like Crash Bandicoot being Microsoft, and like Overwatch and all that, And like the funny thing is, like we were thinking like Crash Bandicoot would get into Smash Brothers, obviously back in the day, but like if he did, like I wonder how that would go with Microsoft acquiring him after,
I feel like if we want to bring that up, I feel like Crash could still be a Smash character in like Smash 6, because Banjo and Steve are in Smash, so
yeah, I mean, we already have two Microsoft characters in Smash, being Banjo-Kazooie and Minecraft, But yeah, but I'm trying to think, like it's a lot to like take in, especially with all the other studios that Microsoft owns today. And that's through Bethesda. Like that, I think was a bit surprising to know that Microsoft would acquire them too. So it's like, it's like you never know. It's a big surprise. Like you don't know what Microsoft is going to purchase next. Like it could be a company that we would think would never happen. I know like a while back there was I think there was rumors that Microsoft was going to acquire Sega.
Yeah, that happened. I think those rumors started, and then Microsoft bought Bethesda, and it's like, well, even if that is happening, it's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What world would that be, where Microsoft owns Bethesda, Activision, and Sega?
Yeah.
Then then words of a monopoly, I think, are absolutely valid. Sorry, keep going.
But yeah, imagine. I mean, like Sega has been a rival to Nintendo back in the day, and like with Xbox, who knows if that would shape things up with Nintendo versus Sega. I mean, I know they're technically not much of rivals anymore, but like, then I think there was also something about where like Xbox was, or Microsoft was going to buy like Warner Brothers Interactive, like the game branch of Warner Brothers.
That was, that happened. Those rumors, I think that might have been before. I think that might have also been before they bought Bethesda. Yeah, all these rumors happened before they bought Bethesda. But it was like, I think AT&T wanted to sell WB Games, and Microsoft was looking to buy them, but then AT&T decided to keep them. Yeah, that was like something I reported on my podcast one episode. Like that was definitely like interesting. Yeah, people are saying PlayStation, they need to buy a studio. I've heard rumors that later got debunked that they were once going to buy Epic Games. That would have been huge. And then other rumors that said they're going to buy SNK, who, if you don't know, they make
Fatal Fury.
Yeah. And then before that, there were rumors that that Konami was going to sell the license to Castlevania, Metal Gear, and Silent Hill to PlayStation. That would have been a huge deal. But those are just rumors, and they haven't really like become anything. I said, like, there have been games I've been saying like would get me to buy a Series X. I mean, I'm already trying to get a Series X, but like, if they announce, here are some games that if they announced for like I've been saying, if they announced for the Series X, I would buy them. I would be taking buying a Series X way more seriously. If they announced a new Banjo-Kazooie game, a new Killer Instinct game, and Perfect Dark. They did announce a new Perfect Dark game, but like that's not coming out anytime soon. If that gets closer to release, then I would probably rush to buy a Series X. I think I can add a new Crash game and a new Spyro game to that list. I think I would definitely get me to buy an Xbox if they made a Crash game or a Spyro game. I got a question for you, Squid. Pros and cons. What pros and what cons do you see out of this? Because there are a lot of interesting cons that people are bringing up. So what do you think?
Pros, I mean, obviously, like, maybe this is going to eventually, at least, this will probably make Microsoft get a lot more money, having, like, more dominance with all the studios they own, you know? That, I guess, is, like, a pro for Microsoft, at least. But, I don't know. Like, another pro, I guess, maybe, like, Xbox will try to give more recognition to all the franchises they own now from this. I don't know.
Yeah, you're missing a big
hopefully
pro.
At least. I mean, I can't guarantee that because there's, like, obviously, like, if you look at Rare, like, it's not like Microsoft makes, like, any new games from Rare's franchises.
Don't. In fact, Perfect Dark, which, you know, is a Rare franchise, Rare's not even making the new Perfect Dark game. It's a different developer.
Yeah.
You're forgetting a huge pro, though.
And what's that?
The workplace environment for Activision.
Well, yeah, that too, actually. I mean, after we know all the stuff that happened months ago, maybe, like, Microsoft is going to probably fix those and turn them into solutions, you know?
Yeah. I think, like, that's got to be... If they're going to buy Activision... Now, the acquisition isn't, like, set in stone, by the way. Like, there's still, like, a lot of, like, trust laws they gotta do and shit, and I'm not entirely sure how all this stuff works. I'm not gonna pretend I do. But, like, they announced the acquisition, but, like, you know, something else can pop up and like, you know, fuck everything up. But most likely, this will end up going through. But, like, if Microsoft, they want to buy a studio like Activision, which has been well documented about how shitty the workplace is, one of the first things they have to do is fix that. Because, like, we like to shit on Xbox and Microsoft a lot. It's because, obviously, they're a big corporation, and, you know, we love shitting on big corporations. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. Even though they are my least favorite of the big three. The other two obviously being PlayStation and Nintendo. I will say they probably are the most consumer friendly. Like, they seem to, like, they know what the consumer wants. And I think they understand that a lot of people are, like, straight up boycotting Activision and Blizzard because of the workplace environment shit. And they know that. And they don't want, like, because they're going to be putting out, like, Crash, Spyro, Overwatch, Diablo, Now they're going to be putting those games out. And they don't want, those games to be surrounded in this type of controversy. So, like, you see Phil Spencer, you see him in interviews, you see him, he's one of those guys who you can tell, he cares about the consumers. He knows what the consumers want, and he's not gonna, like, he's gonna tell Bobby Kotick to fuck off. He's now in charge of Bobby, so he's just gonna tell him to fuck off. Maybe Bobby doesn't fuck off without a huge pay, a huge bag of cash. Again, he doesn't deserve to walk out with a huge bag of cash. He deserves to walk out with a giant lump of shit in his hand. But if he walks out, if he leaves, he leaves. No more of Bobby Kotick. What cons do you think are gonna come from this, Squid?
Well, for cons, I mean, let's just say, who knows what's gonna happen? Like, what if Microsoft isn't able to find a solution for Activision's workspace and atmosphere? Maybe, like, I would say, like, what if something goes, like, one of the now subsidiaries ends up going against Microsoft for some reason, like, what if, like, and technically, like, if something happens to Microsoft where they get in trouble themselves, it's probably going to only screw all their subsidiaries, including Activision.
Yeah, this will go down as, like, a big moment in video game history. Definitely the biggest gaming acquisition of all time. Maybe it's definitely, like, top 10 biggest acquisitions in just, like, media, of, like, movies, games, TV, like, all that stuff. Not talking about biggest acquisitions in the entire world, because that's a bit of a stretch. But, like, in terms of, like, all media, this has to be, okay, maybe not top 10 if you consider everything, but definitely up there. Maybe top 20 at least. Like, this is huge, and, like, if it's, like, it's almost as big as, again, I said this already, but it's almost as big as the amount of money Disney bought Fox for. Like, we were all, like, surprised because Microsoft bought Bethesda for, like, I think almost triple the amount of money that Disney bought Lucasfilm for. Now they're buying another studio for almost the amount of money Disney bought Fox for. So that's insane. And I think I read somewhere this makes Microsoft the third biggest gaming company when it comes to revenue. I believe first is PlayStation or Sony, and second is Tencent, who you probably don't recognize their name, but they own a lot more than you probably think. They own Riot Games, who makes Valorant and League of Legends, and they own a bunch of mobile game companies, and we know mobile games are one of the biggest gaming acquisitions of all time is actually Tencent buying Supercell, who made Clash of Clans and Clash Royale and Brawl Stars. So, like,
and Boom Beach.
Yeah, and Boom Beach. Wow, we listed their entire game library.
Yep.
No, but so, like, Tencent, they are big. So, but, like, other than Tencent and other than Sony, like, Microsoft is the biggest gaming like company in terms of revenue. I don't know where Nintendo lies on that. I think they were like about the same as Activision, and now Microsoft bought Activision. So I don't like, this is quite crazy. We've been talking about this for quite a bit. Squid, anything else to say on this?
Well, again, who the hell knows what Microsoft is going to buy next? Because, this came out of nowhere and a big surprise. So I guarantee, within the next months or so going on, they're probably going to make another surprising announcement saying they're acquiring another company that we wouldn't think would actually happen,
Yeah. One thing I realized... But, sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
I know you're done.
But otherwise, I think otherwise I think this is good with gaming history, but, hopefully, the bad doesn't really make things worse, if anything, screws up,
Yeah. People are... When people think of cons for this, people mostly think about the possible monopoly that Microsoft has. Trust me, I don't think Nintendo or Sony will let them have a monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, we spent quite a lot of time talking about that.
Yeah. Big topic of the day.
Yeah, let's go over what we've been watching. I haven't really been watching much. There hasn't been many movies that have come out lately. As for shows, I've been watching Book of Boba Fett. It's going very slowly. It's been a disappointment so far, if I'm going to be honest. But the last episode, things sort of seem to be picking up. The problem is it took 4 out of 7 episodes to get there. And then on the flip side, Peacemaker started, and I fucking love that show. That show is so good. It's so funny. John Cena as Peacemaker is hilarious. The show is so good. And then last night I decided, I'm on this Cobra Kai kick a little bit, so I decided let's watch the original Karate Kid film again.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie. It's weird. I got into this whole franchise through Cobra Kai, not really through Karate Kid. So
same actually.
So I almost watched Karate Kid like it was a prequel. So yeah, and it's a good movie. I've seen it before, and last year I watched the 2 and 3. Which I hadn't seen until after watching Cobra Kai. Maybe I'll watch them again now, because... yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. But, Squid, I also watched, last week, I watched Scream.
Yeah.
I was going to review it on an episode of my podcast the next day. But, I don't know, I wasn't feeling the podcast, so I ended up never reviewing it. Quick review, I guess, without getting into spoilers. This movie actually did not look good at all through the trailers, but I watched it, and it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. I had actually never seen any of the other Scream movies before watching this one, but I liked it. It was a little too meta, though. The Scream movies, as far as I know, have always been meta, but this one will straight up tell you, it's a horror movie, guys, and people in horror movies make stupid decisions. I'm not making a stupid decision because I watch horror movies like this one. And there are other moments where they literally just straight up talk about toxic fandom, and they literally say the words toxic fandom in the movie. It was kind of funny, but it was kind of holy shit, they are going so meta. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But overall, it was a good movie. The kills were nice. Some kills didn't make any sense, how they were in broad daylight and no one called the cops. But most of them were good kills. There's this one shot I saw with Gus, and he probably agrees with me. In fact, he was the one who kind of brought this to my attention. There's this one shot where someone gets stabbed, and the shot was very was like a good shot. Yeah. Other than that, nothing much really. I'm excited for the Batman is coming out in less than 2 months. I'm stoked for that.
Yeah.
That movie, holy shit! I'm so excited for that movie. Batman's my third favorite. I want to ask you this, Squid. Batman's my third favorite superhero. Who do you think are my top two?
If I had to take a guess, I'm gonna say Superman, maybe.
Nope.
Batman. Well, let's see. If Batman's your top third one, Superman. How about the Flash?
Nope.
Wow. Wait, is this just DC or does Marvel count too?
Marvel counts too.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking DC for a sec. How about Marvel? What about? I'm gonna just say Captain America. I think.
He's really cool, but no, he's not my top three.
Ooh. All right. How about? What about Spider-Man? Actually.
He's my second favorite. Who do you think is my number one?
All right, that's two. So now I got to figure out number one. So I would say probably number one. So Batman's 3, Spider-Man's 2, 1. I'm gonna guess Venom.
Nope.
Ooh. Maybe. Trying to think. Hold on, I'm on the tip of my tongue for this. I'm gonna say Aquaman?
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It's a Marvel character that isn't in the MCU.
A Marvel character that's not in the MCU. Okay. Let's see who we got.
So, like, for example, like Deadpool and the Fantastic Four and the X-Men films are not in the MCU. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I was actually kind of thinking either Deadpool or Fantastic Four. Any of those two, or
nope.
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry.
This hint is gonna give it away, but think X-Men.
X-Men.
I bet you, like, the viewers, anyone watching this, are probably screaming at their screen.
X-Men. I don't know, man.
Wolverine.
Wolverine? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
All right.
So what we're talking... Right, what we've been watching. Squid, what have you been watching lately?
Well, let's see. I've been kind of catching up with episodes of Impractical Jokers, I guess. Then I've been...
Watching Caillou and DPX?
I've obviously been watching, DPX, don't forget. Caillou DPX.
Yeah, and season 4.
I don't want to leave that off the hook this time.
Have you seen the first 3 episodes?
Yeah, I've been on there.
What did you think of them?
I thought they were epic. So far, it's looking epic this season.
Yeah, what'd you think of, like, the end of the 3rd one?
Shocking. I mean, kind of intense. Can't wait for episode 4.
But I mean, like, the very end. Like, did you stick around after it said, like, produced, edited, directed by me?
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but, like... the you know, the 2 things later part.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Wait,
Okay,
I'm sorry. Your audio.
you weren't expecting that, were you?
No. Yeah. That was a bit of a shock right there.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Anything else you've been watching?
Let's see. So yeah, I didn't want to leave DPX and Caillou off the hook this time. But pretty much I've also been watching. I mean, I definitely finished Cobra Kai, obviously, a while back, but
Yeah. We talked about that on my podcast. If you guys wanna see a I don't know, like a little less than half of the Miikcast talking about Cobra Kai season 4 spoilers. Yeah. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
All right. Let's see. And then, really, it's just been watching. I've just been kind of binge watching a bit of like all the Disney Plus Star Wars shows. So like Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, what do you think of Mandalorian?
Going good so far. So.
Where are you at with the show? Like, what episode are you on?
I think I'm on like either the 4th or 5th episode of season 2, though.
The like last few episodes of season 2, especially the finale. I'm not gonna say anything, but bro,
yeah,
it's so good. And then what do you think of Book of Boba Fett so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah, I personally think Boba Fett himself is being a boring like boss in the show.
Yeah,
like, he's like, yeah, you can live. You know, I don't give a shit. Anyways, it's like, oh, come on, you're Boba Fett.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Yeah. Anything else?
As of now, that's really been about it lately.
Yeah, okay. I guess we could still talk about this. We talked about this in the last episode of Chillin with the Miikcast, I believe. But you weren't there. And I guess this topic isn't quite outdated yet, because no games have come out this year yet. Yeah, now you know what we're going to talk about. And what games are you looking forward to this year, Squid?
I think a lot of interesting stuff has been announced.
There's a lot. Don't mean to cut you off again, but usually I make a top 10 most anticipated list of the games that come out for the year. I couldn't make it 10. I had to make it a top 15 for this year. There's that many. Sorry, keep going.
So I think like the new Kirby game that's going, the Forgotten Land.
I'm so excited
like,
for that.
Yeah, that looks.
I've never been more excited for a Kirby game before. I love Kirby, but they're always sort of just like, you know, nice little games that you play. Nothing too groundbreaking. This looks like it's trying to like. This is Kirby's like Mario 64 moment.
Yeah, definitely. Then I think, and you know, like, not just that, but there's like this new game that I think was maybe a while back announced. Like, it's supposed to be a game that's coming much later this year, I think. Forever Skies. Just by seeing like the footage, it looks pretty interesting.
Forever Skies?
It's like I don't know. I think it was briefly announced, but it's supposed to be an upcoming game that's going to be coming much later this year. So
I feel like I know what that is, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know. It's weird. I think I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think much was discussed about it, but yeah, it's coming later. Just by judging like the trailers and the footage scene, it looks pretty interesting, I'd say. And I also gotta say, as a huge Sonic fan, I can't wait for Frontiers.
That game, I mean, we haven't seen any gameplay, but like, I think that little CG trailer that was shown at the Game Awards is supposed to like sort of tell you the game's gonna be kind of like this, and if it's like that, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion it's not going to come out this year. I mean, they announced it like mid last year for this year, so that means they had enough time to work on it and everything. So it probably will come out this year, but like, I don't know. I just have a weird suspicion that it's not coming out this year. Nothing to back that up either. It's weird. It's just one of those things.
It's saying like, I think that's supposed to be like the end of 2022. Like that's coming out end.
Yeah,
maybe. It's coming out at the end of the year too. So,
this is the first time in a while I'm maybe even. No, I've definitely. It's the first time in a while I'm saying this. I'm excited for the new Pokemon game.
That too, yeah, that's looking good. Pokemon seems to look good most of the time, every time they have a new game.
Yeah, like, they've not been impressing me, like, with the Switch games lately. Like, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee seemed like a console port of Pokemon Go on the surface, and then you realize it's not. It's just a remake of the first Pokemon. But they still it still looked like it was. The game still looked like Pokemon Go in a way. The graphical style looked like it was Pokemon Go, and then you look at Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they literally just copied and pasted basically everything from Let's Go. And then I've actually heard that Shining Diamond or the Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond are actually really good games, but I hear they're more or less just the same thing, just remade. Like, so it's not like the Final Fantasy VII remake where it's just a brand new game completely with the same characters and mostly the same story. Like, it's just the same game, really. It's more in line with like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which that's a fucking really good remake, but it's more or less the same. But like Pokemon Legends Arceus, I'm actually excited for that. I want to, like, an open world Pokemon. I want to know how that is like. And then February is gonna be tough. It's a fuck ton of games that come out in February.
Yeah.
March, there's a lot of games. I listed 5 that come out in March, but it's only 3 I'm really gonna get. It's Kirby, Final Fantasy, the Stranger of Paradise, the one where they got Takedown Chaos, and WWE. I'm gonna get them all. I'm happy the release dates are all spaced out. I was like, it was announced that Kirby was gonna come out on the 25th, and Stranger of Paradise was gonna come out on the 15th. That's 10 days apart. For a while, WWE 2K22 was always like March 2022, and I was worried it was going to be too close to those other 2 games, so I'm happy that's the 11th. That's pretty soon before Stranger of Paradise, but whatever. At least it's not like the day of. So, yeah. I'm sorry, was there anything else for you, Squid? I keep cutting you off, I'm sorry!
It's fine, I'm used to it. Let's see. I mean, there's probably more that I probably think are interesting, but like I can't really think off the top of my head at the moment. I mean, and who knows? Like, anything could be delayed at any time too, so you never know. But overall, I think this year we might get like a really good lineup of games. I think in general.
Yeah, no, think about it. Like, Game of the Year at the Game Awards this year is possible. It's possible that we could have God of War, Horizon, Elden Ring, Starfield, Breath of the Wild 2, and some other game, because they have 6 games usually, and that was only 5.
Right.
Those 5 games could be the Game of the Year lineup, and if they are as good as, like, they seem, like, if God of War 2 is as good as God of War from 2018, as Breath of the Wild 2 is as good as Breath of the Wild 1, if Elden Ring, if Starfield, if Horizon are as good as they seem to be, like, that is a fucking stacked. That's stacked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would like to hope it is, but I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year. And part of me would kind of be relieved if it isn't, because it's like I want to play it, yes, but it's like, have mercy. I don't want don't come out this year, please. There's too much.
Yeah.
But like, Elden Ring is like one that I wasn't excited for, to be honest. And then I made my list of the. I was excited for it, but I wasn't like stoked for it. Then I made my list for the most anticipated games, and then I realized, wait, did I ever see any gameplay for this? Like they released gameplay, but have I ever seen it? I don't think I've seen any gameplay. So I watched a 25-minute gameplay showcase, and holy shit, that game looks so good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And the story's being written by George R.R. Martin. So that's big. You know who that is, right, Squid?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so that's big. And no wonder this game's been delayed a lot, because he has a bit of a reputation for working on projects that get delayed numerous times. But anything else you're looking forward to, Squid, before we wrap things up?
I mean, there's probably more games that are probably haven't been even announced yet that will probably come out as a surprise, you know? So you never know, man. But otherwise, again, I think this year will probably be like a big lineup for gaming. So, so it's kind of a lot to mention, you know? Yeah,
they don't... Like, there's going to be more games that get announced later on this year that come out this year as well. But they don't need to do that. The games we know that are coming out this year, if all those come out this year, that's enough. Like, because that means, like, that's almost like you get 4 to 5 big new AAA releases every month. That's nuts. And big I gotta, you know, my wallet would be in trouble, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Anything you'd like to plug, Squid?
Alright, so obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel, not Squidwario, but Anthonator The Squidman. I mean, it's the same channel, but now with a different name.
Yep. Link is still in the description.
Yep. And all I'm going to say for the website upcoming video is, as I said, I recently played Jackbox with my friends, so the gameplay video of that is currently in the editing process.
Yeah. Alright, I'm excited to see it. I gotta update the website. I think you're still Squidwario on the website.
Yeah.
And on the About page.
Yep.
You see why I don't like when you guys change your names? Then I have to do work.
Yeah, I know. It gives you more work to do.
Anyways, you can subscribe to me, DPX Solo. I'm in the description, of course. You can subscribe to me, DPX Solo, on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter. If you're watching this live, which you're not, because I can see how many people are watching this live. But, you know, let's just say if you ever are watching this live, you're on my Twitch. And hey, you want to catch these live, go follow my Twitch. Twitch.tv/DPX_solo. Anyways, I brought my podcast a few times. DPX Talks for about an hour on SoundCloud. You can go follow that. We're going to make some bank off of that this year, I hope. Right? Okay. Anyways, and also the other members, Slash, Gus, ML, Ant Sam, Pat Luigi, Ramkit, they're all in the description if you want to follow them and their socials. And yeah, we'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks. Another episode of Chillin with the Miikcast, hopefully with more people. This was a good one with the two of us, but hopefully there are more people. It's always better when there's more.
Yeah.
Alright, see you guys.